So now question comes, how to study? How to study? Okay, and I told you when I said you have to study only 1 hour per day, you did not believe it. But now it seems that it can be. Now how to study? Okay, so we come back to our original board. How to study only for 1 hour per day? I've written 1 hour per day is the only you have to study. ठीक है. So remember one more thing. When I asked you how much time you need to prepare ECG, people wanted 70 hours, but I have done in less than 3 minutes. So remember, smart work is more important than hard work. You have come for the class. One of your friends say, oh, I will read myself ECG, and he will need 70 hours to finish ECG, and you have done in just 25 minutes and revised in 3 minutes. And one more thing, if you happen to read ECG from Harrison or any big book, you don't know what to read, what not to read, what to remember, what not to remember. But I told you, did you remember these points? Question will come from these points only. So what I gave you, not only smart work, but I gave you direction also what to read, what not to read. Nobody can remember the Harrison. It's a huge big book, or any other book you talk about. Plenty of things are given which we don't know what to read, what not to read. This is known as smart work is more important than hard work. What to read is the right direction, what I gave you. Now the problem is, sir, पढ़ते तो बहुत हैं, याद नहीं रहता है. That means we study a lot, but we tend to forget. Friends, exam is nothing but recall of memory. Write down. Exam is nothing but recall of memory. Exam is nothing but, exam is equal to recall of memory. Write down, recall of memory. Exam is nothing but recall of memory. What I mean to say, in the exam, suppose I have to take your exam next week of ECG. I'll be asking questions from these only. Am I right? Whatever exam you have appeared right from your school days, college days, whichever exam, whichever subject you appear, people asked, examiner asked same thing what you were taught in your classes. Nothing they ask from outside. In the anatomy classes exam, they ask anatomy question. In medicine exam, they ask medicine, but that was taught to you in your classes. Or in one exam, one person tops in the exam, other fails. That is the difference because of recall of memory. What I was telling you, we tend to forget, पढ़ते तो बहुत हैं, याद नहीं रहता है, is the main problem. So now how to study, how to read, now I am going to discuss that how you have to read only 1 hour per day. Well, now look at the board. All of you right now, you know ECG this much. All of you know ECG this much. Because all of you are equally intelligent. Focus करेंगे. All of you know ECG this much. Because all of you are equally super intelligent. Remember, people who come to medical colleges, they are not ordinary intelligent, they are super intelligent. But if you revise today only, today when you go home revise, you can revise ECG in just 3 minutes. I have demonstrated, I have already demonstrated to you. But if you don't read, then you tend to forget. Your memory goes like this. Am I right? So if I meet you after say 10 days or 15 days, I ask, where we get delta wave? Oh, delta wave, you look in your pocket, you look at your purse, perhaps you have forgotten, you kept your delta wave in your pocket or purse, you forgot. Why? You did not revise. You did not remember because you forgot. Although you ask, somebody asked, what was the question asked to you? Well, they asked me in the Viva, where we get delta wave. Yeah, I totally forgot. I could not recall. Well, Dr. Bhatia had taught us, but I totally forgot. Because you forgot exam is nothing but recall of memory because he's going to ask you delta wave, something like that only. He's not going to ask something strange. Now, how to remember? For that, now I'll tell you how to study only 1 hour per day. For that, I'll tell you a short story. A short story I'll tell you, then I'll tell you how to study only for 1 hour per day to top in the exam. Friends, you know how the book of Mahabharata was written. When the book of Mahabharata was written, about what to be written, Guru Ved Vyas wanted somebody could help in writing. What he wanted, that I will speak and somebody should write. For that he wanted somebody who should be very, very intelligent, very hard working, very sincere, dedicated, loyal, and so on. The quality should be there. Of course, the person should be highly learned also. So ultimately he found Lord Ganpati as the best person to do this job. Camera focus करेंगे ऊपर. Camera focus करेंगे. गणपति को. So he found Lord Ganpati as the best person to do this job. वापस ले आएंगे. So he found Lord Ganpati as the best person to do this job. So he went to Lord Ganpati and said, I want to write a book and I need your help. Ganpati ji said, what help do you need? The Guru Ved Vyas said, I'll speak and you have to write it. Oh, Ganpati said, oh, it's a very easy job, I'll do it. But I have a condition, Ganpati said, that when you speak a shloka, I will write. But the moment I finish my writing of shloka, you have to be ready with the next shloka, otherwise I will get up. Guru Ved Vyas knew that Ganpati ji is very, very intelligent, very learned, very fast also. So he also kept a condition that whatever shloka I will speak, you will first understand and write. Then only you will write. It's not that you are writing like a stenographer. Well, both agree to each other condition. And Guru Ved Vyas was speaking very fast. Ganpati ji being very, very intelligent and was understanding very fast and writing very fast. In between, Guru Ved Vyas thought of some difficult shloka, and Ganpati took some little time to understand those shloka. And in the meantime, Guru Ved Vyas was ready with the next shloka. Anyway, the book was completed. When the book was completed, it came out to be huge, voluminous book, equivalent to 100 Harrison of today, or 100 Grays of today, or 100 Goodman and Gilmans of today. Such a huge book. Both look at such a voluminous book. They thought it's impossible for a ordinary human being to read and understand this book. Okay. 100 Harrison to be remembered. What they decided, an ordinary human being can't even read the book. Forget the understanding. Obviously, we can't read 1 Harrison. How can we read in 100 Harrison? Not possible. So finally, they come up with the average edition of the book, small edition of the book, what you and me read nowadays. But many of you don't know that today also it is documented in the Guinness Book of World Record that Mahabharata is the biggest poetic book in the world. This is a world record. The world record of that average edition, not the original book. If this average edition can make a world record, and you can't think of what record the original book would have been, that is beyond our imagination. But when we read this story, you think of the greatness of Lord Ganpati, how great is our Lord Ganpati ji is. His greatness is more than the height of sky, and his depth of knowledge is deeper than the deepest ocean in the world. That great is our Lord Ganpati ji is. Focus करेंगे. That great is our Lord Ganpati ji is. Focus. So, गणपति की महानता के बारे में कि उनकी महानता आसमान से भी ऊंची महान है और उनका ज्ञान समुद्र से भी गहरा ज्ञान है. वापस ले आओ. So दोस्तों, this is the short story Now, what is the relevance of this story to our today's class? It's a big relevance. Now, here, teacher speaks, you write. It is practically impossible for anybody to understand each and everything and write whatever teacher speaks, because we are very ordinary human beings. We are not as great as Lord Ganpati ji is. Am I right? So at least you can write, like I spoke about ECG. It is very quite possible that you could not have understood some point, but you have written. Now how to remember? Just like the cow eats the food. The cow eats the food very fast, goes to one corner, again the food comes to the mouth, and the cow digests and crushes and digests. Exactly same way you have to study. Now, teacher have taught you, like I taught you ECG. When you go home, I give you nice boxes, and you can revise the entire ECG in 3 minutes only. You go and tell your friends that he taught ECG in 22 minutes, and now he revised in 2 minutes and 30 seconds only. They will not believe, but you can demonstrate. So remember, the most boring thing in this world is studies. पढ़ाई करना दुनिया का सबसे boring काम है. Studies are the most boring thing in the world. But if you discuss the thing among your friends, you can make it very interesting. Now, how to study? Look at the board now. Look at the board. What I was talking to you is recall of memory. Now, how we can make our memory permanent without much of the effort? Now, look at the board now. So, this is the graph you understood? Well, so let's see one more graph. What we do for you? Like this is the heavy weight. This is the heavy weight of 50 kg. 50 kg weight. And it contains ECG. Those are my interns friends or final year friends, those who are in the final year or interns. Most of you could not understood ECG in the last 5 years, but I could make you understand only in 25 minutes, and you could revise in 3 minutes. So I have make it very easy for you. The 50 kg weight is there. I asked you to pick up. Oh, it's difficult for you to pick up such a heavy weight. So now what I have done for you, I did like this. I did like this. I did like this. Okay. Now you could pick up this heavy weight in 2 minutes and 30 seconds only. Previously you were not able to pick up even in 5 years. So what we do for you, we make things very easy for you. So we make things very easy for you. Easy for you. Easy for you. And that is so called right direction. That is equal to right direction. Right direction. Right direction. We give the right direction to you. So we make the things very easy for you. Now, how to study? Now, before study, look at the one more graph. Here is a simple glass. Simple glass. Light comes, goes away. Here is one more glass, simple mild convex lens. Light comes, get focused here. Then we have one more powerful lens. Light comes and get focused here. Do I need to tell you maximum heat will be produced in which condition? Of course, maximum heat will be produced in this condition. Friends, this is the class going on. This is the class going on. All the students sitting in the class, they get equal information. And this is the scenario out after the class. These are students who study today only. These are the students who will study after 1 week. And this category of students who never open the notes, they don't even bother to open the notes. And we have one more category of students. This category of students who do not come to classes, who don't come to classes. So we have, in every class, we have 4 categories of students. Those who will study today, those who study after 1 week, those who don't even open the notes and they don't come to the classes. These are the people who always have complained with all the teacher, all colleges, all institutes, everything is bad. They will always point finger on others, but they never say, we never went to classes, we never attended classes, we never opened the note, we never wrote the test, and they have the complaint. So friends, this is what is happening in the class, and this is what is happening after the class. So friends, you have to change your method of study. How to study? Study in group. Study in group. Group study, I can rub it out here. How to study? Group study is the best way of studies. Point number 8. Point number 8 is study in group. Group study. What I always say, like after class, today you go home, you are going to have your meals, or you are going to have your cup of tea. So during your cup of tea or meals only, lunch, dinner, whatever you want, you discuss. But most of us Indians, we don't discuss. Because if I know something extra, why should I tell my friend he will get more marks? He knows something extra, why should he tell me I'll get more marks? No! Don't have this narrow thinking. We lack team spirit. Indians are among the most hardworking people, but we lack team spirit. That's why we do not progress in our life. Discussion is the best way of studies. What I say, go parallel with us. Go parallel with us and do discussion. P and D. This is the Guru Mantra what I can tell you. Always go, don't miss classes, attend classes. Go parallel with us. Whatever we are teaching, you should study same thing at home or in the hostel, and do discussion is the best way of studies. Okay? Remember, when you do discuss, like the way I have told you, you can revise ECG in 2 or 3 minutes. If you speak out, if you discuss this 10 times, okay, then ECG will go from your gray matter, white matter, spinal cord, cauda equina, peripheral nerve. In the muscles also ECG will enter. If I do your electromyogram, muscle recording, then they have to show tall T wave, ST elevation, delta wave, because ECG has gone into deep into your body. So remember, that's the way you have to study. Go parallel and do discussion, because we will be covering all your 19 subjects. We'll be covering all the subject what you want, but you ultimately remembrance is to done by you only. Okay, I can teach you. You keep on discussing again and again. Remember the famous experiment of Pavlov. A dog can be trained, then why can't you be trained? Okay, why can't you be trained? Ultimately, remembrance is to be done by you only. Okay. Well,